Hi, my name is David. This is INFJ Writer, and today I'd like to talk about social media because it pretty much sucks. There are three things I'd like to talk about in this video, the first of which is Facebook, the second of which is Twitter, and the third of which is something called Authortube, which I have only recently discovered. I want to frame this whole thing in terms of the goal that I have for this channel and for myself as a human being and as a writer. I think it's important to sort of keep that in mind as I talk about social media because it is a tool. It is certainly a tool for people who are writers or new authors or what have you, even people that are very established. I've been doing stuff on social media for a very long time. Being a business owner for the last dozen or so years, it has become the necessary evil. I find myself trying to strike this balance, and the balance is that I'm writing and I'm working on my work in progress, and I'm going to get it at some point published somehow, whether it is traditional or whether it is self-published. That is going to happen. That's the goal. It's what I've set out to do, and I'm just not going to stop until it happens, even if I'm just 90 and I'm like, here's my book, and like, there you go. So I'm speaking in terms of that already being done. I do not have a published book. I don't give people writing advice to tell them how to get their book published. What I do is create videos like this and show you the things that I go through. And that's all of the writing successes and failures, and that is the trials, tribulations, the insecurities, the doubts, the successes, and everything in between, because that's what this whole journey is about. And making these videos is sort of documenting that process, all the struggles of it and all the successes and everything else in between. Where social media comes into play is that as somebody who is writing and is going to eventually have his work finished and published, I'm trying to make sure that I have some kind of a presence to reach out to people, because I have one goal for my book, and just one, and it's to get it published, hold it in my hand, and have somebody that I've never met purchase a copy. And that's it. I want to sell one copy. I'm not in this for any other real reason. I mean, sure, any success on top of that is super gravy, and that's awesome. But I just enjoy writing. I enjoy telling the story, and I'm hoping that somebody will have it and like it. And if that happens, then to me, it's a huge success. That's where my benchmark is. It's not everybody's benchmark. Some people want to be the next Stephen King or whoever, and great. I mean, you're going to have a lot of work to do, and you're going to have to navigate social media really well. But best of luck to you if that's your goal, and I hope you get there. As the sign says, success is not zero sum. Just because somebody is successful doesn't mean that I will not be. And just because somebody can create a book and sell 10 million copies, it doesn't mean that only 10 million copies will ever be sold and that nobody would buy mine. So keeping that in mind, I'm happy for anybody that has success and has huge goals. I think it's awesome, and I hope that they get there. I don't really understand how people get like jealous that way. I don't know. I don't have that gene. So, okay, back to social media stuff. Part of being able to do this is to have a presence on social media. So people hear about you, they see you, and everything else. Now, there's three that I wanted to touch on, Facebook being the first one. Facebook. My 17-year-old son recently informed me that Facebook is just for old people. He's right. Like, he's totally right. Facebook is for old people. Nobody younger is on Facebook. They don't want to be on Facebook. There's all sorts of other things that have taken its place. I remember the days on Facebook where you'd go on and all it would be is, just a 1,000 notifications of what everybody's doing on Farmville. I used to hate it. I'd get on there and it'd be like, so-and-so found a black sheep on their farm. So-and-so found a black sheep on their farm. And it's like, Rawr. Still, for connecting with some people, Facebook it's there when they're not just like, stealing all of your private data and all that kind of stuff. It's the platform that it is. It's okay to share occasional, pet pictures and say hi to grandma, but, for the most part, Facebook is just, I don't know, it's just sort of that ubiquitous thing that's there now. And I guess it took over from MySpace or what have you. But as somebody who's trying to reach out and reach an audience and have people informed about what it is I'm doing and hopefully help, just by seeing what my struggles are, Facebook isn't really all that useful. The next one is Twitter. You can go onto Twitter and say something like, I like pizza, or tacos, one of the most innocuous, mundane things you could ever. Who doesn't like pizza or taco? Okay, some people don't like pizza or tacos, but whatever. Just my point is, it could be something really, really simple. Kittens are sweet. Or I like dogs. It doesn't even matter. And within 5 minutes, there's a high chance that somebody somewhere else in the world is going to call you just like a racist, bigoted, homophobic, something or other because you have stated an opinion on Twitter. For the most part, Twitter is just this giant dumpster fire of opinions, and most of it is highly political, and I just don't care. And I don't even go in those circles. I don't listen to it. There's enough garbage flying around, everywhere else on the internet. I don't need to bombard myself with it on Twitter as well. One of the handy things on Twitter is this hashtag, which is hashtag writing community. And that is, for the most part, a real nice collection of people that are interested in writing, and interested in the craft of writing. And yes, a lot of them are selling their own books and everything like that, but these are self-published people that are just working hard, and that's kind of awesome. I found that if you stay within that little circle on Twitter, things are pretty much okay. It's helped to keep the Twitter feed clean, and it's helped me get in touch with some really cool people. I've talked to people in Australia and England and all over Canada and stuff like that, and these are people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and they're just interested in writing, which is pretty awesome. So when you have the right means to connect to people, it's a great way to connect to them on there. Lastly, YouTube, and this channel, and what the hell am I doing? When I started this, I had a couple of goals. The first goal was to get to 100 subscribers, which I did last week. Yay! Which is great. And the second goal was to make sure that no video that I created was more than 10 minutes long. I really just do this to be helpful. And, someday my kids are going to get on there. Maybe I'm going to be long gone and they're going to be like, hey, this is kind of awesome. Dad did these videos and we can watch them and feels like we're hanging out. Hi, boys. So I ran across this thing called Authortube. And Authortube is basically YouTube channels, and they're about writing and done by writers. And these are my people, and this is pretty cool. Unfortunately, when I jumped onto Authortube, the first thing that you see when you sort of search for it and start digging in is a lot of people that are very opinionated about the goings-on within Authortube itself, which is kind of weird. This is why, for my channel, I choose to focus on the journey of writing and not sitting here lecturing you about not using adverbs and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave that to other people to do. It's stuff that you can learn anywhere anyway regarding craft. There's great books on the craft of writing, and that's something that I like to do too. But this is more just like, hey, this is what it's like, and there's no right or wrong way, and there's no, precise way to be a creative person. Creativity comes in all forms and hits you in all sorts of directions, and you just sort of have to figure it out on your own. And this whole series is me figuring this out on my own. There was one other thing that I wanted to do with this channel, which is to make sure that I'm uploading a video every Monday and every Wednesday. Every Monday I say something, every Wednesday I say something. Some of it is about psychology, some of it is about writing, some of it is about puppets. Anyway, to wrap this all up, social media is kind of this awful thing. It's sort of a necessary evil. You kind of have to reach out and get in touch with people, but at the same time there is value there if you can find the value. So if you are a writer, if you are a creator, if you are somebody who enjoys words and stories and just having a grand time with that, please, pretty please, reach out to me and say hi. I'd like to connect with as many fellow writers as possible, just to make sure that I'm part of that community and I can learn from other people and see what they're doing, and perhaps those struggles will help me when I'm having those awful days. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.